Hi folks, I'm Bob Schrupp, physical therapist.
Brad Heineck, physical
And
therapist.
together we are the most famous physical therapists on the internet.
In our opinion, of course, Bob.
Someone was just telling me, Brad, that I need to wait until you finish your last sentence there. That I've been
Well,
cutting you
I've
off.
heard that comment about 327 times in the last 5 years, but I didn't want to say anything.
I waited, so. And by the way, we also got the comment, Brad, that we're using lay and lie wrong. And did you
These
see that?
English majors,
Yeah, I know.
I'm glad we got English majors watching.
When you lay something, you like place it. And when we lie down, we don't say lay down, we lie down.
Let's get on with the program.
Today,
Bob.
Brad, we're going to talk about top 7 peripheral neuropathy relief methods for feet at home that you can do.
Sure.
So this is a common problem. 20 million people in the United States have it. So
We've got both of you. It's not uncommon to have 2 or 3 patients with this at the same time.
I would say many more than that even. I'd say a lot of our patients have it.
Well, I mean, all in one day. I mean,
Right,
it's
right.
it's a very common thing.
It is very common. And what you're going to see is, burning, tingling, numbness, weakness.
balance problems.
Balance problems because you're getting the weakness in the ankles, which play a large role in balance.
Right,
don't they?
and then they can't, the proprioception, they don't feel where their foot is going. And
Yeah, proprioception is a sense of where your foot is at without looking at it, and that goes away. I guess the first thing to say, beyond what we're going to show you to do at home, you really want to have this checked out medically.
Yeah.
Because there's so many reasons that can be causing the peripheral neuropathy that they may be able to reverse.
Yeah.
There's toxins in your system. There may be a medication that's causing it. Now, if it's your diabetes, obviously you want to try to control the diabetes so that has less of effect. Heavy alcohol consumption.
Sure.
Brad, you're in trouble.
Yeah, I'm starting to feel tingling in the feet already.
Kidney, autoimmune. So there's, again, I just want to make sure that medically, first, you have it all checked out.
Yep.
So, and by the way, Brad, if you are new to our
yes,
channel,
I did notice some people out there.
please take a second to subscribe to us. We provide videos on how to stay healthy, fit, pain-free, and we upload every day. Subscription button here or here. And also wander over to Facebook. Brad and I are not very likable, but like us because then we'll feel like we're likable.
Right, and it works good for our therapy.
Yeah. All right, so let's start off with the first one, Brad. One of the things that, again, as the foot starts to get weak from neuropathy, it starts to get tight, often the ankle.
Right.
And then it gets even more pain because it's tight. So the first thing we want to make sure is that you're keeping the motion in the ankle.
And not only that, when that muscle, when your calf muscle gets tight, you have more of a chance to trip because you don't dorsiflex or bring the toes up when you walk. So you may trip on that crack in the cement.
Excellent point, Brad.
There you go, thank you. All right, so here we go.
I'm trying to make up to Brad for cutting him off.
I'm used to it, Bob. I can take it. All right, here we go. So you can use a nice stretch out strap like this, which works really well, but you want to stretch that. If you don't have one of these, you can just take a belt
or
a towel. Bob likes sheets, I like towels. And try both, see what you like better. But you're going to stretch. The whole idea is to stretch it out like this. Feel that stretch.
You know what else works, Brad? Dog leash. They said there's a lot of dog leashes.
Oh,
like this.
sure,
Yeah.
sure.
So a lot of people have dogs.
I never thought of that. I was thinking of something else there,
All right,
Bob.
apparently
So
you
do
were.
this 2 or 3 times a day where you stretch it at least.
Kind of a pressure on, pressure off,
Right.
or a sustained stretch.
Right.
Would you recommend,
Right.
Brad?
Yeah, a nice thing about this, if you have a grip problem, you can just go like this. You don't even need finger strength. You can just pull with your
Yeah,
hand.
it works
I
out really
like
well
that.
in case you have some neuropathy in your hands. Too.
Exactly.
All right, next one is you're going to want to just make sure throughout the day that you're keeping range of motion in the ankle. So why don't you show, you want to come down here, Lonnie, and Brad maybe can show a side view and I'll show a front view.
Sure.
So if you just want to sit on the stool, Brad, well, we're going to do this seated first.
Oh, I see.
So you're just going to do ankle pumps like this.
Toe taps, you got some music going, get the ankles working.
That's right. And then you can also do heel taps.
All right, so you work the ankle in both directions.
And then you're going to do circles.
Ooh. So
Keeping things moving, trying to get a little circulation going in there, getting all the circulation working that serious, and then you can go the opposite direction.
I always think about putting there's a piece of chalk on my big toe and I'm drawing circles on a chalkboard.
Sure. And
Well, that's just the way I think.
also
Bob.
done the alphabet with it, right?
Sure, you bet.
So, and then you can also do these standing, but you got to make sure that you have enough balance to do this. You might have to hold on to a countertop, but you can do the toe raises and the heel raises.
Right. If you got a walker handy, that's something nice to hold on to. Oh, yeah.
You get that out of the way.
Thank you.
All right, so that's number 2. You're going to keep the range of motion in there. Number 3 is we have a product by Thermotex. This is far infrared product, and what we like about this penetrates a lot deeper than heat. Heat will penetrate, if you take a normal, any form of heat, moist heat, radiant heat, it's going to penetrate about 2 to 3 millimeters. Well, this penetrates up to 60 millimeters, which is 2.36 inches, which is quite far, isn't it, Brad?
Right. Yeah, I mean, the hot packs will feel warm, but they're not going very deep. This feels warm and it goes deep.
Yeah, and the concern with hot packs even is with the neuropathy is you could actually get burned pretty easily.
Yeah, if you fall asleep with the hot pack on, especially those electric ones.
Yeah. So this is the Platinum model, and we'll have a link below. It's got 3 panels, and the hard side is the side that goes towards the body or towards the foot.
Right. And you can tell because right now my foot feels very pleasantly warm right now.
Yeah, this has been heating up. It takes about 10 minutes to heat up, and then you can keep it on. I mean, the thing is, you can keep it on like 45 minutes. You actually can keep it on longer than that, but you want to start to get some therapeutic levels, get up to about 45 minutes. The reason the Platinum is nice, you can only do 1 foot at a time, but you can use it all over the body then too. We've had a video on this where you can use a shoulder, elbow, hand, back, neck. Yeah. So, but there. Oh, go ahead, Brad.
Feels good.
Oh, yeah. So it works really well for this. It's going to penetrate really deep and hopefully, give you some relief, especially. I just saw a picture today, Brad. It was interesting. I saw a picture of a foot with push pins in it. And it was symbolizing neuropathy, how bad it is. It had a whole bunch of push pins in it.
So there wasn't really push pins. It was
a
model. Yeah. Okay.
Now, the method, if you're going to use this on a continual basis, I would maybe recommend getting what they call the big shoe or the slipper, or I don't know, they have a lot of different names for it.
It's designed just for the foot.
Just for this. And the reason I like this, Brad, is first off, it does have an extra pad in there because again, the heating pads are on the bottom, again for the far infrared, and so that if your foot is a little bit sensitive to heat, this will protect it.
Yep.
But you don't have to. All you do is, if let's say you're at the office, or you come home, you slip your shoes off and you slip your feet in,
right,
and you're off and running. I mean, the switch here is just an on-off switch, and it goes to the same temperature each time, and again, it penetrates really well. So it's such an easy one to use for neuropathy. That's why I was really attracted to this idea, Brad.
Yep.
Of using this.
It works well. You can, I can just see in the reclining back. As a matter of fact, I got an ankle patient I'm thinking I'm using this for.
Brad and I just had a discussion about this patient you have that we're going to try this on because he's got arthritis and really he's to the point of almost having surgery, right?
Right. So we're going to see if we can postpone that because he's only 35. It's a long story, but
yeah. But you can use this also for someone who has poor circulation or plantar fasciitis, arthritis, so all these things. But again, with the neuropathy, especially, I know how neuropathy is, Brad. It's a daily issue that you're battling with.
Yep, it's not on and off.
So after you've used this, you can then, hopefully, it'll make it easier for you to do some walking, which is number 4. And I know what they're saying right out there. They're yelling at me, Brad. And they're saying, how do I walk when there's so much pain? But that's the problem, isn't it? You need to keep walking because that's going to get more circulation to the area, and it's also going to give off the endorphins, which often help with pain relief. So the idea might be is to heat things up first and then go out and try some walking.
Right, it's like warming up the car engine before you take a drive. You gotta, you shouldn't go out in a cold day and just take off with it. You got to get it warmed up, get things moving, get the juices moving.
If you live in Minnesota and Wisconsin, you understand that analogy real quick, easy. Now the other thing is don't hesitate to use a walking aid. It takes some of the stress off. Now a walking aid might be just as little as a cane, or what's nice about these 4-wheeled walkers, and this is a nice one by Hugo, by the way. We showed this a long time ago. Remember that, Brad? This one converts to a wheelchair. I mean, you can actually, it's got little leg rests on here, and but it also is just a walker. And what's nice about this, Brad, is if you get too much pain and you need a break, you just go ahead and lock the brakes and you sit down and give yourself the break.
This is we've had many patients that are in the situation, and either, here's another walker that's
another version.
Not quite as fancy, but it works out really nice. They all have the handbrakes, which you need to know how to use well to
A
do
lot
it.
of them, yeah, with cardiac problems too.
Right.
It can only go so far,
Exactly.
and so both of our parents
Yep.
have
Yeah,
become very familiar with these, unfortunately. So, number 5, it's going to be very important for you to get some, a good amount of sleep. And
Sure.
again, I know what people are saying. Well, it hurts at night, so it's keeping me awake.
Right.
So you want to make sure you're doing everything else to make sure that that's not hindering your sleep. They talk about limiting your caffeine, which you have to do quite early in the day because caffeine can bother you.
Sure.
I mean,
Yep.
if you take it after 12
Right.
even a lot of times. Keep the room cool, and don't watch electronic devices right before you go to bed and all that
I
stuff.
mean, this might be a good idea to use this before you go to bed to get the circulation up and you got things started, as opposed to going to bed with cold
That's
feet.
a good idea.
Yeah.
It is. You can't go to sleep with it on, but you
No,
can
well,
definitely
exactly.
warm it up.
And
You're
you can't
right.
walk with it on either, Bob.
No.
We could try to bunny hop.
Even though it is the big shoe. All right, number 6. I haven't had patients. You said you've had patients mention this about it, and I've had patients use this in a form: topical lidocaine or capsaicin. It tends to work for people who have maybe a little more localized pain rather than the large diffuse pain, because it's such a large area to cover. So.
Right. It's one of those things I don't think there's anything to lose by it except for some money that you pay for it. If it's over the counter, give it a try and see how it works. Everyone responds. I've had people say they love it, and other
did
people,
you?
yeah. So,
It's worth a try then.
right? If there's no harm to be done, give it a try.
And the last thing we're going to mention is a TENS unit, transcutaneous electrical neuromuscular stimulation.
It's a mouthful.
So, this is just a small unit. It has electrodes that come out, and you put it on the feet.
It won't cover the whole area. It's only going to cover between the electrodes where you put them out. Well, maybe a little more than that, and then you got the wires to deal with and a place to put this.
Yeah.
So for some people, perhaps it'll work. I have not used it with anybody.
I haven't used it with neuropathy. I've used it with other chronic pain situations,
Right.
and sometimes it works really well for that. The theory is that it cuts off the pain pathways.
Right.
And
And now they make these so cheap that, if you bought one and you tried it and it didn't work, you're not out hundreds of dollars like you used to be. I mean,
yeah,
you get
they
them
used
for,
to be almost $1,000.
Right.
Ridiculous.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
so, anyway, that's the 7. And remember, Brad and I can fix just about anything.
except a broken heart.
Yeah.
But we're working
We're
on
working
it.
on it. We're gonna
Maybe they
try.
could get one of these to wrap around the chest.
That would be nice.
Yeah,
You
here.
wrap it around the heart
Let
up
me
here.
try this,
So-
Bob. Keep
All
your
right.
camera rolling now. We
Thanks
got
for
to
watching.
see if it
No,
works.
cut it off.
Feels
Cut this
good.
guy off.
I think it's working, Bob. I'm feeling better.
All right.